Hello. It's Annette. I'm Cherry.
Sorry I'm late. I went to buy you. I'm Patrick.
We are from Vietnam. I'm from Thailand.
I'm from Indonesia.
And we are master students from National Change University. And today we are going to talk about tea. Frederick, what's in your hand?
Oh, it's a bubble milk tea.
Oh, where did you get that from?
You can find it in every corner of Taiwan. Let me show you around. Bubble milk tea and boba culture originated from Taiwan. In here, you can find them in just any place. This is Junhan Road, where our university is located. And within some 100 meters, you can find around 10 tea shops selling different flavors of bubble milk tea. Most of the customers are students and young generation. Most Taiwanese could be their own expert in tea, since they know exactly what they want for flavors, level of sweetness, and temperature. The world knows a lot about tea which is originated from China, but little know that black tea, green tea, oolong tea, and white tea can all be made from the same tea tree. The only difference is the process of making the tea. When talking about tea from Taiwan, people usually think of oolong. But after the cross-cultural communications field trips to tea farms in Maokong and Pinglin, we have learned that Taiwan has so much more to offer, from tea guanyin, baozhong, oriental beauty, Assam black tea, and many more. Okay, so what are you drinking?
This one is 铁观音茶. This one is oolong, 铁观音, baozhong, and this one is hong cha, which is named black tea.
In this video, we will bring you to Maokong, where it is famous for tea guanyin, and Pinglin, where baozhong is the main tea product.
Maokong is located in the southwest of Taipei, near Taipei Zoo Station. From Taipei Zoo Station, you can take the gondola straight to Maokong. Maokong is a cultural and spiritual destination of Taipei people, not just because of the magnificent view it offers, but also the tea culture. The area is now a famous tourist attraction with many tea houses and restaurants with a view of Taipei 101 and stores selling all sorts of tea products. There are lots of things to explore and good foods to taste in Maokong that we should not miss. Tea guanyin or Iron Buddha tea, as a variety of oolong, was introduced to Muja, where Maokong is located nearly 150 years ago, by tea master Shang Nai Miao. The tea variety has since become the main tea product of the area. Generation of descendants of Master Shang take up the tea business of the family. That's why more than 90% of tea farmers in Maokong are from the Shang family. The current generation taking up their great-grandfather's legacy has made a lot of effort to introduce tea guanyin and the Taiwanese history of tea to young people.
这边的话，铁观音其实主要就是我们有一个特殊的工序，就是除了揉成球状以外，它还会再包布胚、包布揉，所以它的时间会拉比较长。所以一般的乌龙茶，我们大概是做大概2天，那铁观音的话，可能要拖到4到5天左右。后面的烘焙其实就会更久，大概需要3个礼拜。对啊，那这个味道就是比较醇厚、比较温和一点。那我们铁观音的话，大概都会希望你用这种小壶去泡。对，那小壶的话，它一方面是可以保存比较多的香气，累积多的香气在里面，再来是保温，让它的茶汤的口感会比较好。那制茶量的话， 像壶的话，大概都是底层放满1层，这样就好，就是你的颗粒，因为展开以后，其实它差不多就满了。那再来就是注水，你大概就是一开始的茶汤会稍微比较淡一点，然后第2泡会比较浓，所以你的时间就要抓一下，可能第2泡时间要稍微短一点，第1泡可以长一点。大3的时候，我的爷爷过世了，所以从那个时候其实就想要回来接手。2年以后，阿嬷也过世了，那时候就觉得说，好像这边都没有大人了，然后就剩下爸爸自己就是慢慢在做茶，对啊，所以我想说，就选一个可以工作跟家庭可以平衡的方法，对啊，所以就会觉得，那我来试试看这样子。最一开始其实是没有人要支持，连爸爸妈妈都不太支持，对啊，就是他们会很担心啊，就想说，已经把你栽培到硕士了，然后也有工作了，然后为什么会想说要回来做？
其实一开始的时候，我很担心，就是说，因为这是一条很辛苦的路，而且不一定有什么好的收入，所以我还蛮担心他的。可是看他一路上，他很坚持，他一直觉得，可能有时候他做的事情不是我们用金钱来衡量的，所以他现在是正朝着他的理想在前进，所以我觉得我应该支持他。
在猫空等你。
The story of Tie Guan Yin had triggered our interest in understanding more about Taiwanese tea that we took a trip to Pinglin, a district located in New Taipei City, which is only 38 kilometers from Taipei and best known for Wenshan baozhong tea and one of the world's largest tea museums. Baozhong tea, the main tea product of Pinglin, named after its wrapping and packaging style, is a type of tea between green tea and oolong, famous for its naturally floral scent. According to Wade Tsai, our tour guide, before the National Freeway 5 connecting Taipei and Yilan was put into use since 2006, Pinglin used to be a transit gateway between the two that made it bustle with passers-by and tourists. Business and life was so good back then. Pinglin closed its glorious parts with desperation, pollution, and the departure of young people. However, in these recent years, Pinglin witnesses the comeback of young generations who are enthusiastic in doing tea business. Pinglin has revived, and pollution is no longer a problem with the solidarity and determinations of its citizens. Wade showed us around the old street of Pinglin, where every shop offers unique products related to tea, from tea leaves, tea eggs, to tea snacks and candies. This old lovely lady was trying to show us the song of a couple who are tea farmers in Taiwanese Hokkien, the language of Taiwanese native.
他会讲说，这边行过那边哦，行到这片大地堡，啊，看你满地真辛苦，白白面目拍甲哦。
We have no idea how old the song is. It seemed to accompany people here from generations to generations. I was glad to see young people choosing to come back and become the drive of development of Pinglin towards the future.
说我们现在的政府都有鼓励所谓的青农返乡，返乡的时候，他们的资金就不用有烦恼筹措这一方面的问题，因为包括青年创业贷款、农机补助、肥料补助，所以说我们的政府都会将这个东西区块做得相当完整。年轻人有年轻的创意想法，跟我们一般老年的做法不一样。老年的做法是一步一脚印，可是年轻人都有，不管是网络行销啦，还是说一些包装的设计创意，都有很好的一个效果。
因为我觉得想说，现在可能大家都在上课，会比较喜欢做办公室的工作，就比较不会想说做这种比较劳力。因为茶叶的话，它劳力的话是在产季那段时间可能没办法睡，因为就是平均每2个小时要起来翻茶，可是就是那一段时间会比较累，然后农闲的时候会比较轻松， 可是累的时候，这是真的很累。我是比较想做行销这一块，然后我想要把茶叶把它推出去，这样。那我妹妹跟我爸爸就是比较负责在做茶这一块。
我们是坪林青年茶叶发展协会。那当初会创立，目的是希望透过制茶的技术交流跟品评的交流，让年轻人聚集起来，然后大家以做更多的活动去推广坪林的包种茶。当初我们都是一些年轻人刚回家，然后想要做一些不一样的方式或突破。那刚好一群人有一样的想法，然后聚集在一起，那越聚越多。我小时候会接触，但是我不了解茶。我到24岁的时候才知道我们家做的茶叶叫做包种茶。我是念资讯工程系的，但是我是当兵之后回来就先帮忙家里面做，然后做到有兴趣我就留下来了。本来是希望可以去外面做那个 IT 等等的工作，这样。那因为觉得这个产业是我早晚都要回家去承接的，既然都有想要回来接这个产业的想法了，那就先回来。在年轻的状况的时候还可以有体力去茶园工作，然后爸爸也还年轻，可以一起去学。年轻的消费者喝茶的方式比像我们一般的传统方式，那可能用一些氮气茶或者不同的加工方式去让这个茶叶的风味不一样，然后或者是比较漂亮的器具去吸引他们想要冲泡茶叶这样子。我今天在喝茶的时候，我是用高脚杯的方式，像是永兴凤茶，它的喝茶的方式，你进去它可以是餐点，那你可以喝茶喝得很漂亮。那或者是它的空间是比较漂亮，但是它的单品是用茶叶去冲泡这样。那我们在坪林等你们一起来喝茶。
Normally, I will buy tea, like instant tea bottle from convenience store. What about you?
Back in my hometown Indonesia, like we often have black tea every morning in my family.
Back in Vietnam, I usually drink tea with my family. Actually, most people from old generation, they love green tea, but young people would prefer milk tea.
I think young generation of people in Thailand also consume a lot of boba milk tea, but also we also have the Thai milk tea. So I think we have the same habit of drinking milk tea.
I think the main difference is because in Taiwanese tea culture, they have a lot of different type of tea. But back in Indonesia, we only have mostly black tea and a little bit of green tea.
I think in Vietnam we care a lot about the fragrance of the tea, like lotus scent or jasmine scents.
The most favorite one for me is Tie Quan Yin tea because I like the signature smell of that.
I think I'm also similar with Cherry. I also love the Tie Quan Yin taste. And then after we have the trip to Maokong, we know more about the Tie Quan Yin culture.
My favorite flavor of tea is baozhong. It's like flower scent. It's really attractive, but the taste is light. It's not that bitter like the tea that we normally drink.
I learned a lot more about these steps to do the tea. About the young generation, I can see that it is actually not too much to concern about because young people still continue the tea culture, but maybe in a different kind of way to consume the tea.
And about the young generation, they have a very passionate mind. I think it's very cool for the young farmers to continue what the previous generation done.
Initially, I thought that green tea is from green tea tree and black tea is from black tea tree, but actually from the field trips, I learned that they are actually from the same tea, but because of their tea making process are different, so it's become different kinds of tea. I learned a lot how to distinguish different flavors of tea.
A lot of tea farmers also adapt themselves to open their own tea shop so that the young generation can consume tea and also take a lot of photos on social media. So I think that young generation in my country will still continue to consume tea.
I think tea, especially black tea, has already been in our culture for such a long time. So I think the young generation, they will keep on consuming tea. There has been more and more producers to integrate tea into their products, such as the skin beauty product. You can see they use a lot of tea to attract the younger generations.
Actually, baozhong is very new to us. I can predict that in futures we'll have more types of tea. I think they would try the way to be more creative, to produce more tea related products.
Okay, so we have just finished buying our drink, and today I'm drinking Assam black tea milk tea with extra boba. So we have the black and white boba here, and it is with no ice and a little sugar. Yep. What about Cherry? What are you drinking?
Yeah. Today I'm drinking the tea Guan Yin. This one is come with ice, a lot of ice here, but no sugar. Yeah, so I prefer tea Guan Yin now. What about you, Annette?
Mine's osmanthus Four Season, and it's very special because it smells really good.
Even though Taiwanese wave has fallen back to the past, but Taiwan attractiveness and influences are still rooted in the young generation all across Asia who would sacrifice their local choices to enjoy the bubble milk tea. Our exciting journey with tea allows us to learn more about Taiwan from the perspective of cross-culture and young people. Now that the young generation of tea businessmen and farmers are constantly innovating new products and methods to target their customers, we believe there will be more and more people taking the steps back to tea, both Taiwanese and foreigners. Now, let's take a look at what the experts say on the strategy and the future of tea.
包装，今天就是光看包装，年轻人有买了2个人，就重包装的，看包装，他不看茶，但是茶也很好，但是就是包装会比较好，因为这是我们木章人会最新出的一款包装，这样。
就像这样子的一个咖啡馆，它就是一个很好的桥梁。就是来到这边，你好像是有很多咖啡可以选，可是其实也有很多茶类可以选。借由把茶叶放到咖啡馆里面，好像会让这个东西感觉比较简单。因为如果只是一个单纯的茶馆，我觉得年轻人走过去可能会觉得说，哦，看起来有点复杂。但这几年，茶馆有变得越来越年轻，他们有做一些新的 decoration， 设计新的茶的饮料。比如说把那个气泡水 sparkling water， 然后跟茶结合，或是其他的。我倒有观察到一个趋势是，台湾的高端餐饮业，一些 fine dining 的餐厅，他们开始重新回来看台湾茶，他们在研发他们的 dish 的时候会把台湾茶放进去。那我觉得这个是以前没有看到的。我觉得这某个程度代表台湾茶它正在经历一个转型，就是它的 flavor 是被认可的，而且被认为它有开发的可能。那我觉得这是一个蛮重要的一个转折点，它是一个开始。